In The Punisher, Frank Castle has been sentenced to death by electric chair for the murder of Nick Fury, as well as the Dreyer family. Frank Castle now sits in a cell, wallowing in his own despair as he's haunted by memories of his family that he failed to save, as well as the murder of Nick Fury and the Dreyer family. Ghost Rider let Castle feel the full brunt of his penance there as he let him see all the people that needlessly perished because of him. In the courtroom, when asked how Castle pleads, he says to the judge that he's guilty as sin. In the courtroom, a professional tells the judge when Castle killed Nick Fury, he wasn't in his right mind due to the drug and regression therapy he had gone through. But when the judge asks what about the Dreyer family, the guy says Castle was in his right mind, but as he tries to explain further, that's good enough for the judge, as the judge tells Castle he's guilty as charged. Now, one of Frank Castle's lawyers wants to appeal, but Frank won't let her do it as he still feels guilty about all those people he killed. She tells him no one deserves the punishment he's going to receive, but Frank Castle is still wallowing in his own despair. By the time Frank's ready for the electric chair, they shave his head and march his ass down there like a goddamn pariah. Several heroes are in attendance, as well as Nick Fury's son, as some think Castle deserve it, while others think he doesn't. 11:55 and Frank Castle is strapped in the electric chair when the priest comes in to give him some departing words. Now, as it turns out, this priest is not actually a priest, because when he goes up to Frank Castle, he introduces himself as Bullseye, and he tells Castle a little secret. He tells Frank that he wasn't the one that killed the Dryers. He was, but Frank was still stupid enough to blame himself for it. Now, Frank Castle starts flipping out, but it's already too late as his ass is strapped in the electric chair. Now, they ask the father what did he say to Castle because he was calm a second ago, but now he's flipping out. But the priest just says that some people just have a problem with forgiveness. But as the clock ticks down, all the heroes and the attendees watch in anticipation until the clock strikes 12. The room turns into a light show as Frank Castle lights up as several volts of electricity course through his body. The warden tells them to cut the electricity so the doctor can go examine the prisoner, and upon further examination, Frank Castle is declared dead. Several of the Avengers are conflicted about this, but Black Widow states that we should show no remorse, as Castle showed no remorse to all the people he killed. As Castle is placed on a stretcher, the warden instructs the staff to bag him up and take him to the morgue. But as the ambulance drives off into the night, a short time later, Castle would wake up, but he wouldn't wake up in the morgue. He would wake up in the presence of a crime lord named Mario Gracie. Now, Castle would ask why is he here, but as it turns out, Mario Gracie arranged for Castle to be brought here, and he also arranged for Castle to be shocked with just enough electricity to leave him alive. As Mario Gracie's men give Punisher his outfit, Mario has a proposition for the Punisher. Mario wants the Punisher to take his place as head of the Gracie crime family, seeing as he's currently sick and he's dying. Now, Punisher's like, what the fuck? Why would I do that? Because I spent my life trying to destroy people just like you. Gracie and Punisher take a walk through the city as he informs Punisher that this town has been made safe because of him. No drugs, gangs, or prostitution. But as the two men are talking, an assassin lurks in the distance on the rooftop as he has Mario Gracie in his crosshairs. Mario Gracie is shot in the chest as the assassin proceeds to rain down suppression fire on the crew. As the gang take cover, one of the men tosses Punisher a gun while telling him that the sniper is on the rooftop over there. As Punisher makes his way to the rooftop, he's surprised to find Bullseye, but Bullseye is just as surprised to find the Punisher as well. The two men up cannons at each other, with Bullseye wondering who's going to fire first. But as Frank Castle throws down his gun, Bullseye gets pissed and he tells Castle to pick up that gun or he's going to crack him in the face with the ass of this rifle. Bullseye cracks Punisher in the face with the rifle, and Punisher kicks Bullseye in the chest and knocks him back, and the two men start going at it. For a second, Bullseye would get the upper hand as he grabs Punisher by the face. But as the Punisher is on the back foot, he'd retaliate with a brutal right hand to the jaw and damn near put Bullseye out. He would then grab the gun and put it to Bullseye's head. But Frank would decide not to finish Bullseye off, as he's a different man now. Instead, he shoots Bullseye in the hand, crippling him for life. Having taken Bullseye down, the Punisher would return to the Gracie crime family, where he would accept Mario Gracie's offer to be the new Don of the Gracie crime family. To be continued.